Top of the morning, everyone, and welcome to my channel. My name is Charles, and this is episode 13 of our mission to Mars. We are in June right now. I just washed my breakfast dishes after I came back up here after going down. Rachel was in, Grandma Rachel was there, and I talked to her a little bit, and Meagan was, of course, here to do the take care of the honey and the animals this morning. She did tell me that some of them are getting a little bit down there on their food, so we're going to have to start thinking about topping that up pretty soon. But I have some things that I was very excited to wake up and see this morning. Now that I've got these washed, let me go outside and see if you can tell what those things might be. If I can get outside. Do you see out? You can see obviously these willow trees that you've seen before, but look at this. What about that? Look at this. We've got our first growth out of all these trees that we first planted. That this row here, all the way around the ring. Man, what a difference this makes in this place. Gonna have to get some ground cover up here maybe too, but this is going a long way toward changing the look of this place. And not only are these spruce trees growing up, you can see that the other ones that I put in are still lagging behind that I put in later, but you can see we've got our first of the what are they? The pagoda dogwoods are back here, and they have now entered their first growth stage as well. So now we don't have any crops to be harvested. Our cotton still isn't ready. We of course planted our oats and everything over there in the time lapse episode that I put in before, episode 13. That was after that long about 50 some odd minutes of me with my opinions about the version 2 of the domes and the map that are coming, which I know not everyone is going to agree with that. I never intended for everyone to agree with everything that I said in there. It's those, I want to make that clear, that those are my personal opinions about the changes that are coming. It affects the way I play. I certainly know that not everyone plays the way I do. In fact, there's a friend that I have made online here. Mr. BigZee is playing on this map as well, playing it very differently. If you haven't seen any of his videos, I really recommend that you go over and watch them. I'm subscribed to him, and I've been watching his progress, and I'm learning things by the way he does things. He is doing it by rules where he is not using helpers. He has one tractor that he thinks that he'll probably keep through the entire run of the challenge and everything. And he has one of the autonomous tractors that he has named Marty, and that is the only helper that he uses. And it's fascinating to see him do that for me, because he uses Courseplay, of course, to put Marty into doing some of the things autonomously, and so that's something that I really don't do. I haven't used Courseplay. It's kind of a mystery to me. I just haven't gotten into it, and so it's always interesting to see other people do that. So he also is doing this challenge. Of course, just him and Marty. He is only doing it with like this field here next to me of sunflowers. that I've created, he's not doing that. He is sticking with the original 15, although he has taken the step to combine some of them. I'm not sure if he has. I can't remember now whether he has, elongated or widened any of them into any of the free space next to them. But I'm not sure that he has. So he's playing basically with the original 15 fields. Although some of those taking up the spaces in between where he's plowed those together, kind of like I have. But he's doing this challenge, and he's altered it a little bit. Some of his goals in it. He's reducing the number of trees and increasing the liters of crop of each of the 6 crops that he needs, and all of that is going up to I think 1 million liters now instead of the 800,000. So I'll be really interested to see him do that. It made me think about the fact that I have not really talked about any I guess rules, you might say. Let's hold on to that for just a minute. As you can see, as I roll over here into the shop, pick up some things. I have gone ahead. I know I'm going to have a harvester for the sugar beets, so I've gone ahead and bought that already. So that's already come out of the money. We have a long neglected crop, not a crop we're saving, of course, but that will be part of our animal feed. We have that long neglected in the sheep dome. And so I have bought a front and rear mower. I know some of you are looking at this and saying, Charles, what are you doing? Why have you, you've got so much money. Why have you, let's see, yeah, it's that side. And this one goes from here. Why have I gotten these sort of, I guess, primitive mowers? And instead, when they've got wider mowers and they've got bigger mowers and some that will do windrows for you and things like that, and it'll come down to basically this. This is what I have started using. It's just kind of my go-to. Unless I'm trying to really save a lot of time, and I don't have a whole lot to mow in this, so and the reason is with all of those new more modern mowers, I get when I turn them on, there's I don't know, in the sound of them, there is a kind of a whine. Not that it bothers me. Let's see, is that, yeah, it's in the sheep dome, so we'll go this way. Not that the whine bothers me. It's that the sound that these mowers make takes me back to my childhood. I spent, as I've kind of alluded to a little bit previously, let's see, we'll unfold that, turn it on. Okay, front and back should be going now. Anyway, if you hear that sound, that really takes me back to my childhood. I grew up, a lot of my early life was on a farm, and we had not even a setup as extensive as this one. We had a single bar sickle mower like this that hooked to the back of the tractor and laid out to the right, and it was blue, and I would have made this one blue just for nostalgia's sake, but that was not one of the colors. Basically, you get a few different shades of green and red as your choices for this. So, but anyway, that's the reason why I have really gone with this mower. Just the sound of it is nostalgic to me. So it may not be the fastest thing, and you know, not the most advanced thing, but I guess in farming, you know, it brings me a little bit of that joy. So you know, that brings me back to the point that you know, every farmer who farms is you know, free to do it the way that they want to do it, and not everybody has to do it the same. So I was telling you about that while I was telling you about Mr. BigZee, and you know, and about how he had kind of stated what his rules were, and I got to admit, I kind of started this whole series without you know, clearly defined, you know, what I thought of as rules. I mean, I knew that I wasn't going to have crop destruction on. In the event that I happen to, you know, accidentally back into a field or something like that, and everything, I don't want to create you know, create ruts or destructed parts of my fields. But you know, that doesn't mean that I am just willy-nilly running through the field. So I guess that's kind of a rule that I've set for myself, although it's a loose rule. You know, yes, crop destruction is off. So I can't destroy my crops, and of course the helpers already don't destroy crops when they run over them. So, but you know, so I don't do that, but I also don't make it a point to. I kind of make it a point to go around the fields and not through them as much as I can. It's just those little accidents and stuff. I don't want to be. You know, I didn't know how closely I would plow some of these fields together. I originally kind of thought that I would take some of those wide areas between the fields, even if I wasn't joining the fields themselves, that I would take some of those wide areas and I would narrow those by adding some of that area to the fields that are next to them. And you know, I haven't really done that. I've kind of stuck with only joining the fields that I was originally meaning to join, and not taking much of that up. I think out on that side where the trees are growing here on this lower level, the ones that we started with that I did not plant, I did I think take one width of the one width of the cultivator, and went down that side of I think those first two fields, not the third one, because that gets it a little bit close to those power lines, or the not power lines, but the support lines, I guess, for the tower. And so I didn't do it there, but I have done it in other places. Wow, there's more grass in here than I kind of thought there would be. I may have to kick some of this into a time lapse, unless I'm going to sit here and talk the rest of the time. Let's see, other things that I unintentionally maybe am counting as rules. I am generally, now this is going to be a loose rule, I am generally following the 1 day per month. Well, I mean, it's set for 1 day per month, but I'm following the 1 day, therefore 1 month per episode. I'm not going to, at least at this point, and to this point I haven't found any need to, you know, skip through multiple days for any reason. So, you know, like oh, I'm going to skip through days to get all my crops to ripen and be ready for harvest. That's not something I'm planning on. So, so like we started this episode in June, we will end it in June. The next one will be July. That is one thing to keep in mind too. We've got June here, we've got July in the next episode, and the next episode after that will be August, and that will be our 1 year. 1 year doing this challenge, and so, you know, that might be a good time to stop and step back, and I don't know what we'll have for you know, things to do and harvests to do and stuff like that during that time. But it's obviously a time that I should probably do kind of an update and tell you where we are. We are, as you know, if you've seen my other videos or past videos, we have reached our capacity on our sheep and our chickens at this point. And let's see, yeah, a little more around here. So we've reached our capacity on those two, and our goal that was set by Farmer Bob for the map. We've reached that on those two animal types, and so I am toying with the idea of putting in a few more, like an extra enclosure maybe in each one of the domes for them, or maybe I'll start combining some of the domes, or you know, put sheep in the chicken dome if there's room in there or something like that. So I am considering doing something like that, just because I am also planning. We do have some productions already that we have on the map. That, I mean, that's kind of another rule that I'm following too. Any of the productions that we started the map with, I'm going to try and get them all going, and I am not going to sell any of those productions. So I can't make any, you know, I can't make money with the productions, with those productions. I don't really need to anyway. So so I'm not going to be doing that. Let's see, where was I? Yeah, I've completely, you know, as usual, I've gone off on a tangent and I've completely forgotten what I was talking about. But anyway, you know, there are probably more rules that I will kind of adhere to. Like I say, I just kind of went into it and I played. I wasn't hard and fast thinking of you know, what rules am I going to play by. A lot of these are rules that I play by in pretty much every map that I do. So I just don't even think about them. You know, I generally don't do fieldstone. I figure I'm doing enough new stuff in this. I mean, I've got a whole new animal type in the pigs. I've done bees, but I've usually put out like 1, maybe 2 beehives. I've never put out so many bees before. And if any of you have paid attention, have we gotten it? No, there's some more up here. If any of you have paid attention while we have been, while, you know, we've taken loads of honey, and I am not with like honey production and stuff. I know that I can, you know, save that honey. I could stockpile it. I could check crop prices, and you know, I could do it when it's at its highest point and everything. But I'm so far, I have made Let's see. Get that up and get that up. Fold it. And I think that's all of our grass cut in here. So, but anyway, you know, you know, I haven't put bees down in more than like one or two hives at a time. And having so many of them, what I'm finding is that in just about every full load that we take, yes, there is some price fluctuation, but so far I haven't paid attention to any of the, you know, the prices prior to selling, and I have, and in doing it that way, I have made. Let's see where to put this. I'll put it over here. Okay, and a little more that down. So in those full runs that I have made, or full loads that I've taken, the price that I have gotten has only ranged from, you know, at the lowest it was a little over $22,000 for a full load, and at most it was 26. So yes, it's going to fluctuate $3,000, but pretty much with all my crops, I am not. I mean, we're saving so many that I'm hardly selling any crops anyway. We're really making you know, the most of our money from our greenhouses and uh, uh, the honey. So I mean, I can pretty much thank those, and some of the straw that we've made into silage, selling that. Um, you know, I can thank that for that 3.5 million number that you see up in the corner there. Uh, that number is, I will warn you, is, well, I say this now, it's going to be going down by a little bit, because I have some other exciting news to share with you, and I'll try and go by there. I almost forgot about this. I can't believe I almost forgot to tell you. Anyway, we'll hook to that and head back over in that direction. This is going to go down. You probably won't notice it so much, because the money is going to go up so much between June and July, just from the greenhouses and the honey, that you're not even going to, you know, unless I list it out for you, you're not even going to notice the dip. But the money will be going down by about $120,000. Because if you will look right here, Team Meagan has done it. They came back over here on a weekend, and they looked everywhere. I have to say, there was one piece that was very, very difficult for them to find, and Meagan herself just almost accidentally ran across that piece, and they were so excited to They had so much fun. They actually talked about taking all the pieces off and having somebody come in and hide them again so that they could find them again. So, so anyway, I did tell them that I would give money for each one of the pieces, the $10,000 for each one of the pieces. There were 12 pieces. That's $120,000 to their school. I have sent a message to the education administrator in the administration dome. I've sent a message to them. I sent that this morning after I got up. Like I say, they put this together over the weekend, and I just didn't have time uh, uh, to get back to them and everything, and I didn't think they would be in the office or anything. So I sent that to them this morning. So as soon as they get back to me and let me know, do they actually need it in cash? How exactly do I get it to them? It's possible that maybe they need equipment, and they just want me to buy it, or maybe they want to buy it. We'll see how that goes. So that's the 120,000. And like I say, money will be coming back in there from our productions. Okay, now. Uh, okay, now, what do I have to do? This, just lower it? Yep, don't have to activate it or anything. I just lower it down. May need to get a little more distance so I can see. And so anyway, like I say, that money's going to go down, but you may not recognize that at first. But after that group, after Meagan's group found that piece, one of the things I have done since then is I have called and talked to my wife back on Earth, and I told her about how much money I have made here. She was a little bit shocked when I told her how much I've made at this point in less than a year. But we talked about something, so that's something I'm just going to tease you with right now. There was something that we had talked about, a few times about something that we would like to do if we ever came into a sizable amount of money like I have right now. So in the future, you may be able to actually see a substantial lessening of the money in my account. If you do, don't panic. At the time, I will explain what it was for. So in that, I think this would be a good time to put it in a time lapse. Either put it in a time lapse, or I may just go ahead and do a little bit of time lapse and then do the rest of it in a jump cut if it takes it a long time to get to the end. Basically, I'm going to rake up all this and get it into windrows, make it a little bit easier. I'm going to go get the forage wagon, pick it all up, and I'm going to dump what they'll take anyway into these 3 sheep enclosures to fill it and get their food completely filled up, and that'll be them taken care of. And then I think before I move on to the next month, I'm going to have to I'll probably go ahead and top up I think the pigs are actually doing okay on theirs, but the chickens are getting a little bit low, and I believe I might as well go ahead and top up the cows while I'm at it too. But let me, I tell you what, let me go ahead and put it into a time lapse right now, and I'll get back to you in just a moment. Oh my goodness. Okay, everybody, I am so sorry about that. I needed to go take a little break, and before I started that time lapse, and I came back and I completely forgotten that I had paused the recording so I could go and take that little break. I came back and I have windrowed most of this already. So I guess I'll let you see me do some of the last of this in real time. I'm sure you've all seen people windrow crops of grass and straw and things like that before, so not the most exciting thing, but we'll get a couple of passes of it anyway before we have to go and change out our implement on the tractor here. Okay, it should be one more up the center. Okay, we are finished with our first cutting the grass inside the sheep dome. So and oh boy, yeah, the money is going up. As you can see, we have gone up to 3.6 million now. Oh, this is another new thing that has never been in the dome here, so we'll have to find a place to put it. I guess it would make sense to keep the mower with this, because these two will be used together a lot. So let me go ahead and turn around so that I don't have to make a total debacle out of this. Oh, and I did anyway, so let's see. There we go. Now, see if we can go straight back with it. At least not put it right on top of the mower. There we go. Okay. So let's see where. Okay. Oh, that's right. I even got confused myself, because we started, I still had in my head the look of the first loading wagon that we started with, which was smaller than this one. And it was when I was having to do all of that straw from that last really big harvest that we had of multiple fields and everything. So I had bought a new one, but it's a Krone and then the same color palette as our trailer that's right over here that we're going to be passing by. I should have known when I did that I would have two that looked so similar that I was originally looking at this one and thinking, wait a minute. You know, I thought I had a loading wagon here, but that looks like it's got a pickup on the front, but isn't that my trailer? But okay, yeah, let's see if we can. see how closely I can follow this around. We'll also see how much of this actually is actually in here. Yeah, so as I'm doing this, I'm sitting here trying to think about what I was talking about before, about the what rules I might have, because I really have not put a whole lot of thought into this, but one of the rules I was playing under, I guess you can call it a rule, is when I finish this series, and one of the reasons, like I told you, Mr. BigZee, is one of his rules is that he is going to keep the original 15 fields. He's not going to create other fields to do his challenge. And we've talked about it and everything about the length of time. They've allocated 20 years for us to do these challenges and everything, and that makes for a very, very long series if you take that whole 20 years. I told him that I was looking at it from the point of view that, like, I am wanting to get this done as soon as possible. I do not plan to spend my golden years, as it were, here on Mars. I want to retire from here, go back to Earth, and believe it or not, probably buy another farm, some acreage out somewhere where I can just kind of putter and do what I want. Maybe raise some animals, some crops, get out, drive the tractor. Those are the things that I just enjoy. So I put in these extra fields. One, because I looked at that. I guess I looked at that $800,000 or 800,000 liter number, and it induced a wee bit of panic when I saw that, and I thought, oh my gosh, I need more. If I want to do it in the shortest possible time, I need more fields, and I may still create more. But one of the things that I am looking at too, which is also driving me to think about putting in more fields, is that I'm thinking about putting in some more productions. Productions that I have that I've never used. There are some that I have downloaded and that I have available to me, but I have never actually used them. And so I thought, hey, this would be a good time to. Okay, we are full. Oh boy. Okay, well. Yeah, I remember these sheep when I originally came here, and I saw on someone else's video. I had a problem with my tipper trailers Oh, there I am in the tractor, and that's the view I get. The tipper trailer hitting the roof when it tipped. And I saw that somebody was doing it this way. Okay, now let's check that and see. Yep, that did fill them up. I mean, they don't take a whole lot compared to what this trailer will hold, I guess. So yeah, well, that worked. Yeah, you know, I was trying my tipper trailers, and I was pulling them in straight, you know, as if I was going straight under it this way. And every time these things would tip back, they would hit that roof, and it would send the tractor going in funny directions and everything. And so I tried I think I tried a couple of different trailers, and finally found one that I could have tip from the side that wasn't too bad. I think it still hit a little bit. Wow, they're not going to take much of this at all. So, you know, and then after I struggled with that, that was in one of my earlier videos, and after I struggled with it, probably a week after that, I saw somebody else and saw them with a tipper trailer, and they actually backed it up just like I'm doing now and had no problem at all. And I was like, oh, you idiot. if you had only tried that. Just, I wasn't in the mindset to try that at the time, I guess. So just get into it. Okay, well, I tell you what, since we've done that, and since they're full, and this doesn't, you know, really need to be picked up right now, we're going to do something else that I happen to think I haven't, I guess Meagan checked on it and everything, but I can't remember if she said anything about the slurry level for the cows and pigs. So I should probably check on that myself. Check how dire their food situation is over here too while I'm here, I guess. And here's our tanker. Oh my. Oh my, 20,000 liters, and that filled this up, and there's probably more, so, and we haven't even gotten to the pigs yet. I can almost assure you that the biogas plant back here isn't going to take all of this. May have to get them to come in and put in another one, or put in something with a higher capacity or something. This is an area back here where I could put in a few more trees. I only really need a track. I have to keep looking for places. We are just over halfway through our tree planting challenge, a little over 5,000. Now there has been some talk about the possibility that there's a limit to how many trees you can actually plant, and that it won't let you actually do the 10,000. Okay, well, there is that. That's all that will take. Let's run back over here to start with the cows, since we're here right now, and see how much more is in this. But yeah, you know, the idea that we may not be able to actually realistically reach 10,000, that it may cut us off and not let us plant any more trees, and I discussed it in a message with Mr. BigZee that that if it comes to that and I can't complete that challenge for that reason anyway, then I would think about doing something like what he's doing. Oh gosh, that got that up to 91%. Yeah. So we'll be leaving this, we'll be filling this over in the pig dome, that last 9%. But I'll be doing something like what Mr. BigZee is doing, and maybe increase the liters of each one of the crops up some. It may be that I up the number of animals, since I'm already thinking about doing that, and I'm heading that direction anyway. Yeah. Yeah, I'm definitely, I think, going to have to do something. Something with the slurry, because we haven't gotten this pig enclosure up to full yet. And we haven't even started the other pig enclosure. By the way, I guess while we're here, I can give you an update on our pig food here. Now, some of this we have gotten from. Oh, I've got some more crates over here to get, some more pallets. We have gotten a lot of the crop that's in there from these greenhouses. There are some that I have supplemented. So you can see here, we currently have over 96,000 liters of pig food, and each one of these enclosures holds 85. So technically we could come over here and get some right now and fill up that second pig enclosure before we even put pigs in it, so it'll be pig ready, ready to go. And we could probably also top off, or at least put, soon to top off anyway, this original enclosure, which the original, let's see, yeah, they've still got 55,000 liters out of 85,000, so they're not going through it super quick. So yeah, so that's good. But anyway, we do have, 92,000. I think when I checked it yesterday, it was about 85,000 liters. So you can see, it's gone up about 12,000 liters, just since the last time I checked this. So I think we might as well park our tanker back next to the biogas dome. But while we're on, this, talking about slurry and stuff like that, and on that byproduct course here, after we get this done, and we'll drop this tanker off over here, and maybe we'll go get our trailer and start collecting some manure, because we can put the manure with the grape orchard. That grape orchard doesn't produce extraordinarily quickly, I think it's only put you know, it's only put a couple thousand liters of grapes into the grape processing production. So I am still considering whether to, because that was an experiment, because I had never used that. Technically, it's under greenhouses, so I had never used that before. And I thought this would be a good time to try it out on a small scale. And it looks like if I want to keep that production filled up or with material, then I would have to put down a couple more grape orchards there, or grape greenhouses, or whatever you want to call them. And the trailer that I was using for the manure is right over here. I'm so amazed by Meagan and her team that she brought with her, with the detail that they went over this place to find those cheese wedges. I thought that just in farming and planting trees and all of that I had been around here. Now I haven't specifically been looking for them, but you would think that on with the color palette of the ground and everything around here, that some big yellow cheese wedges would stand out, but I didn't really spot them. So good job to them for getting that, doing some great great job raising money for their school. Oh, you unload here. If I remember correctly, this does load. Oh yeah, start filling. Okay, that's all that's got in there. And as I remember from the last time I did this, that was the easy one to get it from. The cows is a little bit more difficult, since I have to utilize my reversing skills, which every time I try and reverse anything anymore, it seems that those skills have gone. Seems like I used to be able to do it a lot better anyway. Now, something that I found out while I was mowing and while I was picking up the grass in the sheep dome, you see all these shadows that the dome structure puts on the ground. That really plays havoc with my eyes. When I'm because my eyes see that, like I'm looking here. If I were picking up grass, I might follow one of those, thinking that's a windrow of grass because it almost looks that color. And so it fools me a little bit. So that is the only issue with growing anything in these domes and everything. And I do find it in the equipment dome. I do find that if I can find when I'm trying to reverse something, if I use these lines and determine, okay, that's where I want to put it, which lines are which lines are going back there, to that to that area, and you know, and then just follow those. Okay, that's atrocious, but and we're filling. And am I not close enough to get it all? Okay, yeah, it was ashamed of my reversing too, so. Okay, that's weird. It will not. It will not fill past 94%. It doesn't want to get the rest of that, so. Okay. Anyway, we'll close the old gate, hop out of the way real quick, and back in the tractor we'll give this to the grapes, and then after that it may be time to call this video. I will go back and finish picking up that grass. I guess, you know, if all the enclosures have, if all those sheep enclosures have what they need, then I guess I'll dump it out here in this feed silo that I've put outside the domes there. I think there was some grass in there already. And then I'll take a look at how much grass is in there and how much they realistically go through, and if the grass grows up in there and we harvest it again, maybe I'll take that to our I guess I could take that to our fermenting silo, make some silage out of it. Let's see, this will probably end up taking all of this. Oh, no, it left a little. Okay. Okay. Well, that is that. I know there, you know, not a whole lot of, you know, no big harvests or anything like that, but we did cut some grass, checked on some animals, got some of the slurry moved. Although, like I say, I'm gonna have to talk to them about some way to use up some more of the slurry. Maybe I can sell it if I don't plan on using it, but I'll check on that. And I want to again thank all of you for watching. If you could do me a favor, go down and hit the like, subscribe if you haven't, and if you would like to get notifications, ring the bell, and by all means leave me a comment and you know, tell me if you like what I'm doing. If you don't like what I'm doing, I don't know that I'm going to change a whole lot. I'm playing the way I want to, but like I say, you know, people like Mr. BigZee are playing this map differently. I highly encourage all of you to go and watch his videos. I will actually, if I can remember, because I forget all the time to put the website responsible for supplying the music that I use. I forget to put the link for them down in the description, but I will attempt to remember to do that this time. And also down below you can find, I'm going to try and put the link to Mr. BigZee's channel. You can go and find that, and you can so you'll be able to give him a follow or give him a subscription and watch his videos too. So I want to thank all of you again, and we'll see you next time.